All right, folks, this video is going to show you how to create a foundation on a house. So this is the structure that we're working with. I showed in another video how to create more of these levels, but I'll show how to create one right now. I've actually got my naming convention down just right now. The best way to do it is to put like 0, 1 in front of it and then put an actual description of the level. So if we're going to create our basement, I'm going to hold Control on the keyboard. I'm going to drag this down. And now creating this level and adding walls to it, like foundation walls, is a bit different than doing the other ones. So you'll have to pay attention to this. So I'm just going to call this, let's see, well, we're going to make this 10 feet down. Oops, 10 feet down, not 10 feet up, -10. There we go. And let's call this one -01 dash basement. Okay. Now that's not showing up in our floor plan. We will need to add one. And you're going to see we're not actually going to go to that floor plan to create the walls. We're going to do it differently, but we want that there so we can edit them. It's super confusing, but it's just how Revit works. So I went to View, Plan Views, Floor Plan. My only unselected level that doesn't have a view associated with it yet is the basement. Now I have a basement plan. Now, like I said, we're actually going to create the foundation from the first floor, and you'll see why in a second. So I'm going to go to Architecture, and I'm going to go to Place My Walls. And I already picked Foundation here. The foundation is set up, the foundation wall type is set up so that it's automatically going down about 12 feet below the floor that you're on. So it has a base offset of -12, but it's actually associated with the first floor. I've tried changing this and it just gets confusing, so we're going to just stick with this. So when you're placing these walls, we're still going to use pick lines. Again, we are in level 1, not -1, okay? And what I'm going to do is I'm going to make sure my location line is now on finish face exterior, not wall center like last time, finish face exterior. And I'm going to zoom in and I'm going to hover. And I have to think, all right, this is placing the exterior of the wall, and that dotted line is the direction that the wall is going to go in. So I'm going to wiggle my mouse around until see how it flips to the inside. I want the exterior of the wall to line up with the exterior of the first floor exterior walls. So the dark blue line here, but I want the wall itself to go towards the inside of the house. So that's why I've paused here where the dotted line is on the inside of the house. I'm going to click. Now it's going to say, hey, you can't see any of those elements. Okay, so if we remember, if I just get out of my wall tool for a second, we can turn on our underlayment here. So I'm going to say that my base level is the basement, and my top level is the first floor, and we're looking down. Now I can see, there it is. There is my foundation wall that I just added. So let me click wall again. I'm going to add the rest. None of my settings have changed, which is great. So I'm going to hover. Oh, wait, but I do want to make sure pick lines is selected. I'm going to hover. So this would place the wall on the outside. Watch. That's not what I want. I don't want the finished face of the wall up against the outside with the foundation wall sticking out. I'm going to hit undo. And I'm going to do this again, but instead of the dotted line on the outside, I'm going to move my mouse a little bit so it goes to the inside. So there's my foundation wall there. And I can just go around like this, adding these foundation walls with that dotted line on the inside. And you notice it's thicker than the dotted line. That dotted line just shows you which side of the dark blue line you're going to create the wall on. So now I have all my basement walls in place. Let's go to the 3D view to see what we've done. So this would be the foundation. This is underground. Now it's starting to look like Frankenstein house here. Later, if we added a topo surface, which would be like the earth, this would be hidden underground and we can do some extra things there. But this would give us the foundation of our house. And honestly, this is like a 12-foot tall foundation. I think it's kind of overkill. If you escape out of your wall command, let's see, tab, pick the chain of walls. So I hit tab to pick them all. We should, oh, look at that. Yeah, see, that foundation is kind of wonky. So you would just place that there. If we pop back over now to our east elevation, we can see it's going a little lower than the floor of the basement would be, and that's fine. So this lets us, add walls to our basement. And now if we go to our basement floor plan, now we can really see, yes, those are our foundation walls. So if you're adding like, a finished basement or something like that, now you could go and you can add interior walls on this level in your basement level. Why aren't they coming up? Wall, There we go. And you could go and find your thinner walls, not brick, but your interior partition or whatever you're going to do. And you could chop this space up into different rooms or whatever you've got. So that is kind of the basics of adding a foundational wall. I get it. It's a little weird that you have to go in your first floor to add it and it goes below it. But right now that seems to be the best way to do it. You probably could follow the same techniques that we used to add that second floor exterior walls. But right now, this is just the best way to do it, to have it be the true material. So I hope this helps, and we can refine this as we go.